Leave Boris at home. Brexit deal possible but only if Johnson avoids another EU gaffe. A Brexit deal is very possible but only if Boris Johnson avoids making another major EU blunder, a former Irish Taoiseach Prime Minister has warned. Bertie Ahern, who in the 1990s worked closely with then British Prime Minister Tony Blair to achieve the Good Friday Peace Accord for Northern Ireland, said a Brexit deal is possible if the UK and European Union exchange concessions. These would involve the EU backing down over its fishing demands around access to British coastal waters, and London pledging to align with Brussels standards in a move that wouldn't undercut the trading bloc. But he warned a repeat of the gaffes made during Boris Johnson's recent dinner with Ursula von der Leyen could have a disastrous effect. He predicted the UK and EU negotiating teams could succeed, as long as Boris doesn't have any more dinners and makes a mess of it again. Mr. Ahern was making reference to a dinner which Mr. Johnson held with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen in Brussels last Wednesday. After 3 hours of talks, the two leaders failed to break the stalemate in trade negotiations, with both sides increasingly further apart on a number of issues. EU sources indicated Mr. Johnson misread the room and upset EU chiefs by requesting discussions with Germany's Angela Merkel and France's Emmanuel Macron. Mr. Ahern said the Prime Minister's bluster does not reflect well in Brussels but has backed the UK to stick by their principles on fishing. He told Politico, they are being asked to stick to a system that dates to 1973. Denmark, Holland and France catch about 550,000 tons of fish in UK waters, and the UK catch only 94,000 tons in EU waters. It seems to me that if, with a bit of give and take, the British will get the balance on the fisheries against the EU's level playing field. Mr. Ahern, who was Ireland's leader between 1997 and 2008, added, if you and I were members of a golf club and we paid our fee for the year, and then we went out every Saturday morning to find somebody else who pays nothing and is not a member ahead of us getting preference, any reasonable person would reject that. That's effectively what the British are looking for. Mr. Ahern also believes any unresolved issues could continue to be negotiated beyond this year, much like the Good Friday Agreement, which required 7 years of follow-up talks. But he warned it was a huge mistake not to extend the Brexit transition period beyond December 31, particularly in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic.